Here today for Monday, May 20th goes to Sean Combs. Not just Sean Combs, but the bad boy as the staff, record label, and mother effing crew, because y'all been enabling this kind of behavior for a long time. Okay, he's not sorry. He's sorry that video leaked. And he's sorry he got caught. See, up until that video being released, Sean Combs was denying everything. You would still be lying to us right now if it was no video.
Charlamagne the God has reacted to some shocking leaked audio involving Diddy and Jay-Z. The audio contains incriminating conversations between the two hip-hop artists.
I didn't think I was going to ever see a video like this.
I heard abuse whispers. So really? I was thinking, yeah.
I heard gay. I'd never heard porn.
I always heard gay.
Gay nonstop. And that was enough. People were like...
That's because of Wendy Williams.
What'd she say?
Oh,
that was Wendy. Wendy's whole thing was Diddy was gay since the 90s.
She knew, dog.
No, Wendy was throwing that out there.
Apology.
That's why Wendy got fired from Hot 97. Wendy got fired from Hot 97 by Diddy, because that's when Bad Boy was smoking hot.
Wow.
And yeah, she got fired for putting that out there. Like,
do you think that Diddy held on to the gay rumors so that people didn't know what he really was?
Yeah.
Ooh. Because that's the perfect smokescreen. You'd rather people think you're gay than beat women.
And by the way, here's the wild thing. We still don't know what Diddy is.
I mean, we know little.
We know little. We know bits and pieces.
Yeah.
This shit might be deeper than rap. We don't know. Like, this might be a whole rabbit hole. You might be like, oh shit.
But seeing this video.
That's what I was trying to get at this whole time. Okay, that is the wildest story that came out of a lot of this shit. And nobody gives a
Wait, what story?
Pull it up, Mark. I don't even want to repeat it. Oh. Pull it up. This shit sounds so crazy. Type in his name and Diddy.
But this is why I believe all the Cassie allegations because of this video. Because she describes this, what happened word to the T. So now it's like, I believe everything she said.
Yeah, 1000%.
Yeah.
This is horrifying.
Also Diddy's bullshit, while you're getting that, Diddy's bullshit ass excuse, like how he couldn't mention Cassie's name in the apology. There's no rule you can't apologize.
What happened? Oh, I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at this shit. I'm laughing at this shit, that market.
Yeah, also, you called her a liar like 3 days ago.
Yeah, get the fuck out.
Said she was looking after for a quick buck. You're a fucking scumbag. And maybe it's more triggering for me because whatever, but like, that shit, I was
Why
like,
is it triggering for you?
I grew up in a house, and I didn't see that ever, but I grew up in a house where there was abuse. So it was like, you watch that, and this is way more extreme than anything I saw. Like, she's trying to sneak out of the fucking room. He's dragging her by the hair. Not gonna pimp my struggle. I didn't see anything like that. But watching that is like, yo, fuck this guy forever.
Did you ever try to intervene?
Yeah, I did one time.
You got your ass kicked?
No, we didn't do anything. I just stood in his way, and I didn't say a word. I didn't even look at him, which I'm kind of like, I just got in his way, and I remember thinking, if this goes down, this goes down.
Yeah.
That's all I remember.
I remember I was reading Will Smith's book, and he always said he felt bad because he never intervened. So that was like, he said he felt like a coward.
Yeah.
You know, he never intervened. Watching his mother go through the abuse from his father. But I think he said his brother did. So a lot of that just makes you kind of think about everything that happened, everything that transpired with the slap and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like after why
I'm gonna stand up for myself finally.
You didn't play the clip?
I'm trying to find it.
It was right there. I saw it. Go back to the Hip Hop DX one. This is wild, bro.
I didn't see this.
Yeah, this is crazy.
This was wild. Like, I'm like, this is how you know too much is going on. This shit is, it's wild but hilarious.
Keep it a buck. No, that's not and I'm those 5 or 6. How many? The first one was the worst one, and then the other ones I left early. Okay, so the worst one was Carl Winn's on guessing? Yeah.
So you busting the door, you didn't hear?
No, because you know how I like to joke and play and stuff like that. So a nigga don't give a fuck. So I'm just hearing like, I'm like, oh, somebody wearing this bitch out on the crib. So I go busting the door. I look up, I see Carl's window. So I'm like, this is crazy. Wow.
On crib.
You know, I think of Carl Witt, I think of the cop on the but you have to take picture that big ass nigga bent over.
Why is that not being talked about more?
Son.
Like, yo.
I used to hear Carl Winslow's gay rumors too, and then when you rewatch, he's a little risky with the acting.
But watching, yo, what type of madman are you? You're watching Family Matters, and you like, yo,
I need that.
I gotta get that. I gotta call Winslow.
Yeah.
Like, what the f? You're Diddy. You got access to so many people.
But that's your favorite show.
You got to get.
He likes TV Dad.
Winslow.
TV Dad. Bring up Carl Winslow so everybody knows what.
Watching him in that uniform got you bricked up.
Cassie, are you a little proud that it was still a black man who's attracted to? Black and black. That's black love.
No.
What would Dr. Umar say?
And then the wild part about the video, the homie said he was wearing them out.
Wearing them out.
Wearing them out.
Charlamagne says the empire has fallen and it's over for Diddy professionally. He believes Diddy can survive the content of this leaked audio.
In your book, Get Honest or Die Lying, you talk about the influence of hip hop. And when it comes to hip hop, of course, many people think of Diddy as one of the pioneers. And at one point, you were not happy that his legacy was being destroyed. Let me play this piece of sound.
I don't know, man. I just don't like it. I mean, I don't like it just because it's sad. Like, you know, how many people's legacies have we watched burn to the ground? You know, from the Russell Simmons, from, you know,
but it's
Diddy.
good.
These guys provided the soundtrack to our lives. They contributed to culture in real ways. Before we knew any of this, no, you have feelings, you have mixed emotions.
And then the video came out after that. He's now issued his sort of apology. Cassie's come out again. Have your thoughts on that changed?
Well, my thoughts, even in that clip that you just played, in context, I said it's sad to see these people's legacies being destroyed based off, you know, at the time, alleged poor choices. Now we know that those poor choices aren't alleged. We saw the video. So yeah, it still is, you know, sad to see them, you know, not do the work on themselves, have all that unhealed trauma, projecting that pain and that hurt onto a woman. So yeah, he put himself in that situation. And yes, that is still very sad to see. It's sad all across the board. I don't know why we act like, you know, it's just one emotion when it comes to things like this. Because somebody like, you know, Diddy, yeah, we're lying to ourselves if we say he didn't provide the soundtrack to our lives. I don't know him on a personal level. I just know the professional accolades, which were very inspiring to somebody like me. Him having his own record label, him having his own, you know, vodka, like becoming a billionaire. Like those were things that were like, wow, that's the American dream in a lot of ways, right? And to be doing that from hip hop, that was something that was commendable, but we didn't know him as a person.
So are you now angry at him, disappointed in him about the fact this guy you admired so much has turned out to be pretty bad guy?
Angry at him, disappointed in him. I don't know if I know him to be angry at him or disappointed in him. I think what bothers me the most is just constantly seeing people make poor decisions and poor choices that cause them to self-destruct. And I think that even with this situation, one thing that I think we get lost in is the celebrity of it all. I think you have to focus on the issue, not the individual. Whatever happens to him is gonna happen. He's gonna have to deal with the consequences of his actions. And you see it happening now. Like, I don't know if that's gonna lead to him, you know, being arrested or whatever, but the empire is falling. It's over professionally. The only thing he can do is go out there and try to get his soul right. But what about the issue of domestic violence?
Right.
What about the issue of patriarchy? What about the issue of, you know, unhealed trauma inside of people that is causing brothers to, you know, cause that kind of harm, you know, to women? Those are the things that we should be talking about, because there's somebody, as I'm talking right now, there's a woman out there probably getting beat up or assaulted, you know, by a man, and her story isn't gonna be on the news. And that, you know, culture of men doing those kind of things, committing violence to women, is still going to be going on. We need to be having conversations about that. Yeah, solutions. We know what the problem is, but if we continue just to focus on the individual, we'll get caught up in that. You'll be asking me questions like, so should Pelotons be getting rid of Diddy's music? It's like, F Diddy. Like, he's gonna have to deal with the consequence of his actions. But what about everybody else that still has to deal with domestic violence? That's women that still have to deal with the patriarchy. Women that still have to deal with, you know, men that have unhealed trauma projecting that onto them. Like, that's what I want to talk about.
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to ask you about Peloton, so. Charlamagne the God, thank you.
Absolutely.
This is the book. It's Get Honest or Die Lying.
Charlamagne didn't hold back. He dove right into the audio, giving his unfiltered opinions on what he'd heard. He pointed out specific parts of the conversation that could spell big trouble for Diddy and Jay-Z.
I'm not sure if you want to answer this, but what are your thoughts on everything going on with Diddy right now?
But I think when it comes to that situation, man, I think we shouldn't focus on the individual. We should focus on the issue. Because I think what happens a lot of times is, you know, because of the celebrity, we get lost in talking about the celebrity and not talking about the actual issue. The issue is domestic violence.
Yep.
The issue is exactly what I just said about, you know, men not going to do the proper work on themselves, and they're dealing with a lot of pain and a lot of hurt and unhealed trauma, and they're projecting that pain and that hurt on the other people. The issue is patriarchy, right? Because as long as you have a system where men feel superior to women and they're dealing with that pain and they're dealing with that hurt, they're going to project that. You know, we're going to continue to project that onto our women. So I think those are the issues that we should be discussing as opposed to talking about the individual. And we tend to do that a lot as a society. We get lost in the celebrity of things as opposed to, okay, what are we here for?
Because it's clickbait.
Yeah.
It's clickbait.
Like, Diddy brings the engagement, but right now as I'm talking, there's a woman out there getting beat up by a man, right? And she's not going to get no news coverage. Nobody's going to talk about her.
We should say the name of Cassie, the survivor of the domestic violence.
Yes.
Let's talk more about her.
Absolutely. Just talk about the issue, Priya. Let's talk about the actual issue and not the individual.
When it comes to us, it doesn't seem to be the thing we think, amplified is the right word.